Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Appalachian Cryptid Encounters here. And I've done a video the other day, and I'd gotten some of the details wrong in the video, and I want to correct them real quick. Actually, this is going to be one of the most important videos that I've done to date. So strap on your boots, and we're getting ready to start. But I want to say, well, first off, I want to welcome all my new members and like and subscribe. If you like my content, like and subscribe and ring the bell. But anyways, this video is just going to blow your mind. So do me a favor. What I would like you to do is turn your brightness all the way up on your phone and go to a non-lit room, like go to a dark room, and or at least a room with no light, no lights on or nothing like that. So here we go. The first thing we're going to look at first is I'm going to show you the large Sasquatch that I got a clear face image of on his face. It's dark, but man, is it a good image. Check this out. Look at that. It's sideways profile view. Now, I done a video the other day, and you remember I told you there was a Sasquatch that was missing a tooth? Check him out. He's missing his tooth, his right tooth. Now, I'm going to go to edit real quick and show you this. This has not been enhanced yet. So I'm going to go to markup first and draw it out for you. But what we got going here is this is the side profile view of his face, right? There's his big eye socket. And his head's like that. And his hair. And he's got a juvenile in it on his back and head with a snout like that going this direction, looking that way, right? And this Sasquatch is big dude. There's his one eye, and then here's his other eye. And there's his flared out nose. And there's his mouth. And he's got one of those canine big fang teeth, and this one here is broke. Right, he's looking at me. And then there's his ear. You know, I'm going to take the markups off just so you can see. Look at this guy, man. He's a monster. He was only like 15 feet from me. Freaking gigantic. Let's see if I can lighten it up a hair. I don't want to distort the image too bad, but yeah, he's just gigantic. He's got other Sasquatches around him, but really about right there. You know, it's pitch dark, you know. When I did this recording, it was pitch dark. You're going to see this recording. It's going to blow your mind here in a minute. It's going to absolutely blow your mind. Okay, so that's the Sasquatch right there, man. That's him. Now you can see, I'm going to go back to this, go to markup. See the little juvenile face right here? See, he's got a little snout on him. Right? And there's his hair. That's what we got on the juvenile. He's on top of the head of this big Sasquatch. And this Sasquatch is absolutely huge, man. That is the bottom of the tree. He is enormous. This Sasquatch is enormous, and he's so wide. Look, there's no distortion in that. He's just dark. You know, his fur is dark colored. It was pitch black out, but luckily I was able to get a picture of his face. And with him missing his fang, it's been broke off. Looks like he's got a little Darrow Sasquatch sitting in his mouth. He sure does. Hitching a ride in his mouth. Look at him right there, that little Darrow. See? I can go do some enlightenment on that and pull out some of his detail. But that is most definitely a Darrow Sasquatch. One of the little tiny hobbit Darrows, one of the little messengers that glide from one to the other. That's him right there. Right like that. And here's his mouth. They're so lightweight. And they just basically glide in the air from, like if they're up in a tree, it'll just jump out its mouth and glide to another Sasquatch. You'll see them all the time in videos. People think they're rocks, but most of the time they're not rocks. It's these little guys. That's why you never see Sasquatch, hardly ever. Are these little guys right here. So what I'll do is I'm going to go to enhancement on that image before we get started here with the video. Just to see if I can get some more exposure out on this, get some of the detail on this guy. So you can see his face a little bit right there. You can see it start, his eyes starting to come in. That is inside the mouth of the big Sasquatch. That little guy is resting in there. They do that so if they got to run, or if they got to, they protect their babies. All of them are protected. And this is how they communicate back and forth to the tribal leaders. These little guys here pass the messages along. Okay, you can see his face starting to come into being there quite a bit. But man, I tell you, I'm just going to let you know right off the bat, what I got going on is we got about a 20-foot giant, 15-foot giant in this video, every bit of it. And we're going to see him walking through the woods here in just a minute. Absolutely amazing. Okay. So that's the little hobbit Darrow hitching a ride in the mouth of the big Sasquatch. Absolutely amazing. Now he's missing his tooth. That's a little bit close-up version, a little bit closer version. He's missing his tooth there. Now you can download this video, video, and see for yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this video play all the way through, and then we're going to take another look at it. Okay. Before yesterday, I made a video about the Sasquatches underneath the tree. It was that dark time. It was during the winter, and I did some enhancements and everything, and got some still images of the video and everything, and you could see there's Sasquatches in it, right? I did a video just a couple days ago about it, right? But I took another look at that video, and man, I was missing so much detail, so I had to remake a video on it, and it's just absolutely going to blow your mind. So that's what it is. The video, you can, like I said, download it, but I'm going to show you what we got going on here. So in this video, it was recorded last winter. So I thought that was a UFO, right? Coming across the screen. That's what I was recording up, looking at it. But that's not. What that is a giant Sasquatch. That is a giant, folks, walking through the woods. Okay, and you're going to see him in the trees here in a little bit. But you see how slow he's going, right? So I'm going to pause this right now. I'm going to zoom in. And you'll see the Sasquatch is hanging on his face, right? You see, the giant's in there. Watch this. Let me back up all the way to the beginning when it starts. Okay. Watch. So this is the giant's eye. He's got the off-white color lens. nocturnal lens over his eye. Okay, and he's got all those Sasquatches that go on the ground here in a minute. They're all hitchhiking off of this giant. This giant is moving through the woods, bringing the Sasquatches to my area, right? That's what he's doing, basically. They're piggybacking off of him. He's enormous. And that's how they make such good time getting through the woods. But you'll see some of the Sasquatches getting ready to jump off of him into the trees, and you'll see him come up near his eyeball in the front of his face to jump off into the trees. Watch this. And you'll see he squints and blinks and stuff. You'll see here in a minute. Okay. Watch. Wait a minute. You'll get to see the eyeballs here in just a moment. So I'm zoomed in, but he's walking through the woods. I'll back up and we'll look from full view too. But I'm just doing this so you'll see the eyes move here in just a minute. Okay. They're jumping off of him into the trees right here. You can see him moving across his head there in the background. But watch this one get close to his eye. It illuminates nothing. Wow. See his eye? He's right here. This Sasquatch is getting ready to jump off into a tree. Okay? He's grabbed onto that giant's head right there. See his eyeball? See him blink? See his mouth open right there? See his teeth? Right there. Check him out. See him? He's holding on to that giant, getting ready to drop down off of him. And if you look here at the giant, you can see his eye, his nocturnal shade lens is peeling back just a little bit, and you can see his eyeball right there. Right? And there's another big Sasquatch right here beside him, right there. See him? That's the one that there at the very beginning of the video, I showed you his face right there with the one tooth. He's right there, getting ready to drop down off